Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Red Alert 3 speedrun. So I don't know if you're coming from my Soviet campaign speedrun where I got the sub-hour in that category, but if you couldn't tell already, we are going for the sub-hour, or mod record at least, in all three categories. So obviously we're back with the Imperial campaign. We did manage to get the first ever sub-hour speedrun, just barely. It is very difficult. And if you're wondering why the in-game time is longer than the real time, is because of the way we record when the speedrun starts and ends. We actually start the speedrun after this minute-long cutscene here, because basically because you start the speedrun when you gain control of units, which isn't yet. It's about a minute in. But obviously the in-game time, it still counts towards that, so we're actually losing about a minute's in-game time here. And yeah, so that basically makes it so there's a bit more in-game time than there is real time. And yeah, you end the speedrun when you see the final victorious screen, which is about right. So yeah, so we managed to get the sub-hour real time, but not in-game time basically. It is possible to get the in-game time, but not by too much actually. This speedrun is actually very refined, and quite proud of this one. It's actually, compared to the PBs, if you're comparing PBs to how much time I got and the actual speedrun, this is only like a minute slower than my PBs. Compared to Soviet speedrun, my Soviet speedrun was about 2.5 minutes slower than what could have been. So pretty good speedrun here. Not necessarily because I played it super better, it's just because a lot of the missions in this campaign are easier to reproduce basically. There's a lot less RNG in most of them, and yeah, it's just about basically it's just easier to get consistent times. And so yeah, basically here, obviously we're taking out the power plant, so we use our spell as quickly as possible on that second power plant, and then here we're moving into the building. We don't want to get hit by the Tesla coil, and then basically, yeah, we're going to be getting our ally on one of the statues, and we're going to be using our tank busters in the second statue there. And if you might have noticed there, I actually moved my Sun transport down to the hospital, and that is going to basically call in the engineers early, because once you go close to the hospital, that calls them in, which is what we need. So there's the engineers. And as you can see, we're sending our ally over to this statue over here, while our tank busters go up to get that last statue. And obviously we want to make sure we use our Southern transports to go camouflage once we go past this tank. Make sure you do that. Save that tank buster there. It does normally get killed, but you can put it back in the Southern transport early. So we want one engineer in each of the Southern transports. Obviously all invisible here, and then you just wait for the battlefield to expand, and that was pretty good. Could have been a bit faster. Obviously this is all about execution. This first mission is actually a little bit difficult to get perfect. Definitely not the easiest mission in this campaign, which is quite weird because normally first mission obviously is. But there's actually, yeah, there's quite a bit to do here. So we're going to be using our final squadron on one of the power plants here, and we're going to be capturing the other two and selling them off. You've got to make sure you sell them off if you're trying to reproduce this run. Got to make sure you sell them off here, so that they go off there. Because yeah, it won't give you the objective unless you sell them off. So we're using as you can see, we're using our tank busters to take out 2 of these boats while we use our final squadron to help out. Normally you get 3 off there of the spells, and yeah, that's when you'll probably get the unless you're really fast with the what's it called, power plants, you're probably going to get this cutscene first. But obviously, if you're doing it like mod record sort of pace, then you're going to get the submarine cutscene first. But yeah, so you want to queue up your submarines to attack while we take out the top boats with the final squadron still. And we actually target our ally on one of the boats that just went down there. So we charge in, use our F key ability there, take out that boat, and then we finish off this boat, and that's it. Really solid one. Well, not really solid. It could have been definitely faster, but it was pretty solid there. And yeah, again, I should mention most of the strats in this run are not mine. They've either been copied from GBH Michael or Nakatara, which that guy's really refined this run. This run would definitely not be even close to a sub-hour without Nakatara. I've basically copied most of his strategies here, and we've basically been. I've helped out a little bit. I've came up with a few improvements here, which obviously I'll get to them. I'll obviously make sure I tell you about what I've done to improve the run. But yeah, big thanks to him. I'll put his link in the description so you can go and check out his speedruns. I'm positive that he can beat the speedrun. He's very close already. He just sort of needs the time to actually put into the speedrun. He'll be able to beat this, which yeah, he definitely deserves a world record in this category because he's been playing it for a lot longer than me and he's done a lot for this category. So yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to him and subscribe to me. I should probably say that because yeah, that's probably a thing I should do. But anyway, yeah, so we go and collect the money here with the Tengus, obviously, and then we just come back. We need to take out these twin blades because they don't disappear in the cutscene that's about to come up, but the conscripts do for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, you can see you queued up the barracks here, and we're going to be building 3 more and then a power plant. And the reason we're going to be tank buster rushing the enemy here. There isn't too much that you can do after this. You've destroyed the main statue up there. In fact, there's nothing you can do. You just have to wait for a sort of 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. But yeah, this is basically fast way to beat this mission. You just tank buster rush it. We're going to be setting them. We're going to be obviously moving our barracks straight up because they are faster than infantry. So it's better to move your dojos straight up instead of building them in your base, and then obviously moving your building infantry there. So we're going to be taking out this turret here, and unfortunately, something that happened with the AI is my ally decided to, instead of flying over here normally, which is what he normally does, he switched his Tengus to ground form, and then started moving up here, which means we're going to be taking out this turret a bit slower here. This run still actually ends up being a PB for this mission, which is quite surprising. And I guess I'll point out where I think that happens, for what reason I think that happens. So, as you can see, he of course switches back to flying form when we don't need him to. So yeah, that goes completely useless here. But yeah, we take out the turret with our Tengus, and then we move forward. You want to basically keep pressing Q because that selects all units in the game. Keep pressing Q, move forward, take out the turret. Hopefully your units don't get beaten up by bears or whatever that just walk past. And then you go straight onto the turret. So I think the reason that this was so fast is because of the unit pathing. You can see if my units get caught out so that they go to the side, they get shot by these 2 turrets at the back. If they go straight through the middle and attack the turret, they're not in range of being shot. And basically I think I got good pathing there, where my sort of 4 or 5 tank busters sort of just got straight into the turret, and then I used my abilities to speed the damage up, and yeah, that's basically it. And I think that's where I got my PB for this mission. It was an 8:55. Unfortunately, there's no way of speeding up the next bit of this mission. It's basically 5.5 minutes of time wasting. So if you want to go ahead and skip till the end of this mission, it is about 5.5 minutes. If you the length of this what's it called, YouTube video, you can go ahead and skip to that because I don't think I'll be commentating over this. There's not much to say. You just put your units in certain positions and you just wait, basically. So yeah, go ahead and skip if you want. And yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Insufficient funds.
I serve the Emperor.
A unit is under attack.
Cut through armor.
Unit lost.
This way.
All right, let's go then.
Insufficient funds.
I serve the Respect the Emperor. Take a position. Point me to my grave.
No enemies.
Insufficient funds.
No
Serve
enemies.
the Emperor.
Emperor's Rage ready. Insufficient funds. Our ally is under attack.
Lava.
The Soviets are mounting a major offensive in hope of reclaiming Stalingrad. A unit is under attack. Protect the transports at all costs. Insufficient funds.
Position secured. Anything else?
No enemy is too big.
I serve the Emperor.
No enemy is too
Insufficient funds.
big. No enemy is too big.
I serve the Emperor.
Insufficient funds. More Soviets make their way from the west.
No enemy is too
More Soviets ride in from the east.
Did you hear that?
I serve the Emperor.
No enemy is too big.
Insufficient funds.
No enemy is too big.
I serve the Emperor.
Insufficient funds.
I serve the
Insufficient
Emperor.
funds. Enemy units detected. More Soviets arrive from the south.
No enemy. Cut through armor. Come
I
on.
serve the
Insufficient
Emperor.
funds. Our ally is under attack.
No enemy.
We're heading over.
No enemy.
Insufficient
Emperor.
funds.
I'll enjoy this one.
No enemy is too big.
Got another one for me?
A unit is under attack.
Imperial
Insufficient
warrior
funds.
ready.
No enemy.
On your guard. I serve the Emperor.
Enemy base detected.
No enemy.
Step aside. I'll take care of this.
This is my destiny.
Insufficient funds.
Well done.
Objective complete.
I serve.
You have brought great honor to the Empire today. We are now well on our way towards fulfilling the Emperor's divine vision.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, not very hard at all. You just sort of put your units in certain positions and that's it. You just wait. So mission 3. Mission 3 is an interesting one, actually.
Called upon.
I actually did come up with an improvement for mission 3 and we'll see that in a moment. So mission 3 starts off, obviously you've got your chopper VXs here. You're going to go and take out these Tesla coil. No, what are they even called? I honestly I keep forgetting what these guys are called. The
Objective received.
yeah, the boats for the Soviets, but we're going to be taking them out, and we're actually going to send in 3 chopper VXs. This is what I came up with. Sending 3 chopper VXs to wait at the southern transport area. So basically, the dilemma here is that there are 10 transports in total that we need to get to the end, and there's not a whole lot of ways to speed it up until I sort of came up with the idea that basically, if you destroy the back transports, then because you need 6 transports to actually get in, but you only have you'd have 10 transports total. So if you destroy the 4 of the back ones, you can actually speed up the mission, because if you get 6 in and then every other one is dead, then it will basically play the dialogue, the battlefield will expand, and you can continue with the mission. But the problem is, you can't destroy the southern transports on your own, otherwise it will just instantly defeat you. So basically what I came up with is damage the southern transports until they're 1-hit kills, and then let an Akula sub take out the back transports. And that actually saves maybe about 20 seconds or so, which is really nice. But again, you know, the rest of this mission is basically just Nachitara, just making this really fast. So we take out this Akula sub just to make sure it doesn't do any damage. I don't think it actually matters here at this point. There's nothing really that can destroy the southern transports, but obviously you want to make sure that you don't lose any other southern transports. And you also want to practice, if you're looking to practice this run, you want to make sure that you practice destroying the southern transports, because you can come very close to actually destroying them yourself, and obviously that will end the run. So also you want to make sure that your ally is not interfering or destroying anything, so you sort of send him over to his base. And you can see there, before we got the cutscene, I actually sent my ally over to the left side of this river here. So we're going to move our Shogun Executioner over there, and then it's a bit finicky, this next bit. You have to play with the allied AI a lot in this mission, and it is kind of buggy. So we got pretty good luck here, where we sent our ally over. We're going to use a spell there, and we're going to send our ally over to this gun here, whatever you want to call it, artillery. And then you want to target when your tanker's almost there. It takes a couple of seconds to land, and then they will land and they will take it out. You can obviously get the sort of same AI sort of thing that you saw in Mission 2, where your Tengus will just sort of transform into ground form and then start moving up. And if they do that, there's a good chance you're not going to be able to get the objective at all. So you sort of have to play around with it and figure out how it sort of works. And as you can see here, I'm actually waiting for my ally to build some Chopper VXs. And normally they would have got the second one out about now, but well, the first one out about now. But then you can see I'm wondering where are they? Why isn't he building them? And I actually got some unfortunate luck here with my ally just not building the Chopper VXs fast enough. And that is going to cost me probably about 10 seconds or so. Not as much as I thought it would initially cost, but it is some time. So you can see we're still moving up our Shogun Executioner up. Take out that turret with the special ability. You sort of have to get a feel for when you're close enough to use the spell. And as you can see here, we got 2 Chopper VXs out, so we're going to start moving off here. So he's going to keep moving up to the base, and you sort of want to go straight to the corner here with your Chopper VXs or your allied Chopper VXs, then move them up. You sort of have to hope that your ally doesn't transform them at any point. You can sort of control it by just making sure they're constantly moving with the take position thing. If they're constantly moving, normally they don't transform. So we're going to go straight to the airfield here. And basically all we're doing here is speeding up how long it's going to take the Shogun Executioner to wipe out this base. If we can take these, so we're taking out the airfield there. Obviously we use the spell on the Shogun Executioner to take out the final artillery again there. Unfortunately a Chopper VX goes down there, but we only need 2 if they build it quick enough, which obviously they didn't. So we're going to get into position here, and we're going to use a spell. Normally you would use the spell a bit earlier, but then the Iron Curtain would not take full damage from the spell. But yeah, that's because the Chopper VX would normally be attacking the Iron Curtain, and they would be dealing a decent amount of damage, and then you could use the spell to finish it off. But unfortunately, the Shogun Executioner has to finish the Iron Curtain itself, and then obviously we have to wait for that Chopper VX to take out the final building. So I thought that was pretty bad, but honestly it only cost probably about 10 to 15 seconds, which is kind of a lot in the speedrun. I was kind of expecting this to be a low 6, and it ended up being a 5:52, I think. So not too bad. It's not too bad of a speedrun. It went mostly well there. So yeah, pretty good. I like the mission there. I like sort of how you do it, but you have to play around with the allied AI, which is really annoying.
Crown Prince Tatsu has more for you.
Unfortunately, there is a lot of time wasting missions in this speedrun. That is, yeah, there's a few downsides to speedrun. I actually don't like it very much, especially compared to the Soviet speedrun. That's definitely my favourite. So what we're going to be doing here is basically wasting a lot of time, because there is basically an unskippable 14 minutes here, where you sort of have to wait for your reinforcements to arrive. Now, you can take out this enemy base before the reinforcements arrive, and you should definitely do that, because that basically means you will always get a 14-20 on this mission if you take out the base before you get reinforcements. So yeah, you want to go ahead and do that, but you don't really want to be attacking into their base until about the 5-minute mark on that timer. Because that's when you get some reinforcements, and that's sort of when you make your push. But before I skip to the 5-minute mark, and you can go ahead and skip that in a moment, we are going to be doing one thing. We're actually going to be taking out this forward MCV here with our initial units. So we're obviously going to be using our AIs ally as well. Try not to. I didn't even realise I lost Tango there. Try not to lose any air units, because obviously they are the main unit you're going to be using to take out the enemy base in a minute. So yeah, basically take out all the enemies here with the navy yards. If you're quick here, you can destroy the MCV before they build any extra airfields, and basically this is just going to help out on defending the waves for the next 5 or 6 minutes. They're not going to be having too much stuff to deal with. And yeah, that's basically, you just play the mission as normal, and you're going to be basically building 12 to 14 Tengus, and then just the rest in chopper VXs. That's all you do really. Sell everything else off that you can, and yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, so I'll see you at the 5-minute mark if you want to go ahead and skip.
Well, so much for the surprise party. That's all right with me. I prefer going toe-to-toe anyway.
All set. All systems green. Striker pilot. Patrol. Striker, standing by. All systems green.
Structure safe.
Warrior, on alert. I wait for my time. Clear view. We defend the code. We do not stray. It is our duty. Loyal to the end. We defend the code. Vertical green. These guys belong to us. In position.
Our ally is under
Vertical
attack.
report. In position. What do you see?
Our ally is under attack.
Cavalry.
Insufficient funds.
All systems green. Vertical green. Hey, hey!
Insufficient funds. Enemy base detected. Insufficient funds. Critical structure under attack. Our ally is under attack. Insufficient funds.
Scanning. VX, all systems green. Verticals clean.
Insufficient funds. Final squadron ready. Our ally is under attack. Enemy units detected. Insufficient
On
funds.
one, striker pilot. Report. Patrolling. Shoot them down.
A unit is under attack.
Hey! Burning air! In
Our ally
position.
is under attack.
On our way. Release. Clear for strike. All systems green.
Insufficient funds.
Don't hesitate.
Critical structure
Engage.
under attack.
Flying high. Report. Go. Jet Tango here. Patrol. Striker pilot. In position. Hey, hey! VX. All systems
Insufficient funds. Enemy
Patrol.
units detected. Insufficient funds.
Clear view. Target acquired. Jet mode. Lock and play. VX. All systems green. Verticals clean. In position. Anything down there? These guys went out. Verticals clean. Jet Tango here. Tear them apart.
Our ally is under attack. Insufficient
See them.
funds.
On our scanners. Patrol. Verticals clean. All systems green. Verticals clean. Clear view. Scanning.
New construction.
position.
Our Shogun battleships have been delayed en route from the northwest. However, a vanguard of Naginata cruisers has rushed here to aid you. The Naginata cruisers are now available for construction from your Imperial decks. Insufficient funds.
In motion.
Select target. Our ally is under attack.
Striker standing by. Verticals clean. Patrol.
The area will be out.
Scanning.
Insufficient funds.
Anything down there? In position. Clear view. Yes, sir. Scanning.
Okay, so here we are, 5-minute mark. We've got our reinforcements of the boats. They aren't super useful here. It's just sort of the timing that we go in is when we get the boats. Our ally is quite powerful, obviously. You want to use them as well here. And basically, you're gonna be flying in. We got the drones on our, or whatever you call them, the shields on our top of the exits here, of course, to make this easier. And basically, your Tengus are just gonna be fighting off the sort of 1,000 Apollos that come in here. And then you're just going to be focusing down all the anti-air turrets and the anti-air units, the what are they called, the boats that they build, anti-air boats, and yeah, just be basically taking anything out that can threaten your air units while your sort of ally and the rest of your units distract things and stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. Then you just sort of focus down the buildings. You don't need to actually take out the turrets here. To sort of win the mission. You'll get the objective complete, I believe, once you've killed all the main structures. So the the airfields, the MCV, the naval yards, stuff like that. But obviously, you want to take out the turrets if they're taking out your units. Another strategy to use on this this sort of move in is you just fly your units straight to the back of their base, and then take out their base from the corner out. That's another strategy you can sort of use. But yeah, it all works. It's not super challenging. You just have to make sure that in the build-up time, you don't lose any of your air units, so that you have enough to obviously take out this base. And yeah, that's basically it for this mission. Still obviously waiting for the reinforcements to arrive, and obviously once they arrive, we basically win the mission. So yeah, clearing out the base here. And yeah, I don't know what spies they're talking about. I'm guessing they've destroyed them already. But yeah, so obviously another thing to mention is there's a few infantry units there. They basically just defend that building or that structure, whatever you're defending, from the units they like to send in to that position, and that's basically it. There's 2 MCVs that come in at around the minute 30 or minute mark. They sort of come in from the water. You want to make sure that you take them out before the reinforcements arrive as well. And yeah, obviously you can use your ally to take out one of them that comes to their base. And yeah, so mission 4, kind of a time wasting mission. Mission 5 also has a bit of this time wasting. It is until mission sort of 6 when you sort of you don't have that anymore, and you can actually speedrun. Obviously, yeah. So the first sort of 50 minutes of this game is a lot of time wasting, a little bit of RNG in mission 3, and obviously there's still some speedrunning in sort of 1, 2, and 3, and 5. The last section of 5. But yeah, I should probably. There's a few things that I wanted to mention. I've got some time here, so. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about the fact that I'm playing on easy difficulty yet. I did mention this in my Soviet speedrun. We are playing on easy difficulty because there's no separation in the categories. So obviously playing on easy difficulty is normally the faster option, which means obviously we want to play that to give us the best chance. Because on speedrun.com there is no separation of the categories, and obviously you can play easy difficulty in the section, so why not? But again, that actually isn't a huge deal, because I don't think there's a lot of time save at all in the easy version compared to the hard difficulty. You might think that's wrong, but in terms of the speedrun with the faster strategies, the AI generally doesn't get a lot of time to actually build up or take advantage of the fact that it's on hard difficulty. So normally, I mean, I know the Soviet speedrun, you only honestly save maybe like a minute or 2, if that, by playing easy difficulty compared to hard difficulty. I'm not too sure about this speedrun, but I was actually sort of thinking that it might be faster on hard difficulty, because of a couple of missions that we know are faster on hard, because obviously there's a lot of time wasting missions, and some of them are sped up on hard difficulty, so I'm actually maybe thinking that hard difficulty could be easier. Maybe I'll go ahead and test that at some point, but again, easy difficulty is sort of, easier to actually play, so you maybe want to, I'd recommend playing on easy difficulty. It does seem it's probably going to be easier, it's probably going to be faster, but yeah. So as you can see, we wiped out everything, take out the MCVs here. Reinforcements arrive. It's going to play a cutscene. We're going to skip that, and yeah, that's it. 14 minutes 20. Always get here. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about?
Fine, you win. I never liked Hawaii anyways.
You saved Hawaii and many, many lives. Thank you, Commander. Crown Prince Tatsu will be very pleased.
Yeah, so I think I've talked about pretty much everything that I wanted to sort of talk about outside of the run now. Again, I'm still copying Tara's strategies, nothing's changed there. So we're moving into mission 5 here, and unfortunately we do start off with a mostly unskippable MCV a thing here. So we're not going to be saving any time in this bit of the mission. Apart from right at the end, and I'll let them talk first. So yeah, you can't really save any time here. I don't think you can save any time by destroying these MCVs faster. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think you can. So basically, there's going to be waves of MCVs coming in, you're going to destroy them, then the next wave is going to come in. And this is actually one of the big sections where I think is definitely faster and hard. compared to GBH Michael's time, who obviously he's played on hard difficulty, he's played most missions in this game on hard difficulty for speedrun purposes, and he done this section a minute 25 seconds faster than it's possible to do on easy difficulty, which is pretty insane. It's quite a bit of time save, and that's why I'm sort of thinking maybe it is faster to do it on hard difficulty. There's also about 20 seconds of time save on mission 2 because the waves come in faster. So yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking there. But yeah, so the only bit of time save in this section is right at the end. You can actually destroy the MCV, the final MCVs, very quickly by using the RAM on the battleship, and this is actually again something that I sort of improved on Nectara's run. You can sort of use around the battleships that you have to take out the MCVs basically instantly, and that will basically complete the objective as soon as it comes up, which saves a few seconds here. But yeah, other than that, I think it's actually better if I just skip right to the right until the final section. Yeah. Talk and then okay. Yeah. So after the engineer section, again, you move your engineers as quickly as possible to the objectives, and that's basically it. And then once all of your ships arrive in the final section, and you start destroying the enemy bases, that's when I start talking again. So if you want to go ahead and skip to that, this is the last time I'll skip something. Obviously, again, there's a lot of time wasting here in these early missions, but yeah, I'll go ahead and skip to about maybe 5 minutes later. Maybe 3 or 4. So yeah, see you in a minute.
Enemy units detected. Allied MCVs are incoming. The unit is under attack.
We're setting forth.
Enemy units detected.
The area will be out. Confirming order.
They won't stand against us. Main engine. Ready, set.
All suited up. Let's go, Angels.
Opportunity awaits. All clear. Not mission. Take wise course. To the sea.
Enemy units detected. The unit is under attack.
We're here.
Nothing a girl can't handle. One pause check. Unlimited ammo. The Emperor's battleships. All suited up. Behold, the Golga battleship. No man possesses me. The Emperor's battleship.
Allied MCVs are incoming.
The Emperor now needs you to defend his prized floating island fortress from the Allies.
The Allies have mounted a bold attack against the Black Tortoise, our floating fortress in the Pacific. Your orders are simple. Protect the Black Tortoise at all costs. The power cores are under attack. They must not be destroyed. Our ally is under attack. Our ally is under attack. A squadron of Sea Wings has flown in to aid your defense. In flying form, they can help stop enemy infantry. They can switch to Sea Wing form on your command. New objective received. Critical structure under attack.
In the sky.
New bonus objective received.
Payload on its way. I'm good with that. Ready for anything.
Our ally is under attack.
I am your engineer for today.
Engaged. But you never asked.
I bow at your feet, Commander. Anything I can do?
Our ally is under attack. Structure repaired.
I am here to serve you.
They'll be dropping soon. In the sky. Let's go there.
I am your engineer for today. Honored to be of help to you.
Structure repaired. New construction options. Training. Structure sold. Structure
Altitude
sold.
all good.
Bonus objective complete.
In the
Rocket
sky.
Angel suited up.
Now this is more like it.
New objective received.
Rocket
Battlefield
Angel suited
expanded.
up.
Alright, so we're back here. Here we go.
Reinforcements have arrived.
So yeah, we got our, as you can see, we're starting to build up rocket angels for our barracks here.
New objective received.
And we're moving all our ships down to that, take out that first base.
Base detected.
So Nektara actually does not do this part of the mission as fast. And the reason he doesn't do this as fast as is basically because he had. Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the fact that he doesn't move his rocket angels in as quickly as he could. I move them in instantly, and you can actually sort of. And I do make a mistake here of not actually targeting the the top enemy base with the rocket angels initially. You can see they're sort of waiting around for 10-15 seconds. I think that might cost me a little bit. Pretty fast clear of that first base with our battleships here. You can basically the goal here is to use the battleships to sort of shoot from long range, take out the MCV to stop them building, and then you sort of move up. Obviously you want to keep your battleships sort of far away, sort of still moving to the second base, so that they can obviously get the damage off as quickly as possible. And then obviously your, I don't know what these the cruisers, right? The cruisers, obviously you want to make sure you're using your F key spell once you've got them in a good position, and basically yeah, just clear the base as quickly as possible. It should be up here. This is a pretty good time to use it. It's relatively decent. As you can see, I sniped the MCV again with my battleships, take out that base, and obviously the rocket angels here. We're finishing off this base, and yeah, pretty fast clear. Not the fastest I've ever done, but yeah, pretty fast. You don't have to actually kill the units; you just have to kill the structures. So that's sort of why I ignore the units. And one thing that I could have made this faster is you actually, when the battleships come in, there are 3 rocket angels with them. And I didn't really think about this at the time, but you can actually select the rocket angels and take them with you to these bases, and you can actually take out the cryocopters in the first base, which will definitely help out your cruisers because they do get frozen down. So that's a sort of small improvement that you can make to maybe make this a bit faster. Yeah, the 935, not the fastest I've ever done, but still fine. So yeah, it's sort of you could do it faster if you're basically just better at the game. That's sort of where you could save time on me there. As far as time save goes, mission 1, mission 3, and mission 5 definitely have some probably all missions apart from mission 4 had time save, but again, nothing's been perfect here, but everything has been pretty good so far. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with what's going on so far. Mission 6 though, mission 6 is where we actually get to start really speed running here, and again, Nektara strategy, really nice, really useful. I did improve it a bit though by basically just sort of optimizing what we built here. And we've got, it's a really nice speedrun mission here. So you go straight for the power plant, 2 barracks is up, and then a second power plant. And that's, you're sort of just waiting for your refinery. Obviously, you want to build the refinery as quickly as possible. Put it right next to your base. It doesn't matter. You're not trying to look for resources here. You're just trying to get a refinery up so that you can build a mecha bay. So we're going to be going for a scout here. What are they called? Burst drones. And we're going to be putting him in a position. You sort of want to be careful here, because if that guy reveals a Mirage tank, there's a chance the Mirage tank will go straight for your base and attack you, which you don't want. It's kind of luck with the Mirage tank, and that's sort of the only way you can actually fail this mission, is by the Mirage tank coming to your base and messing with things. So 2 mecha bays, mecha cores, whatever they're called. Yeah, building 2 of them. Sell off your power plant just so you have more room. So obviously you want the room closest to your MCV, so you can get them down the fastest. You want to sell off your barracks before the second one finishes, otherwise you will go low on power. And Southern Transports, they are a very good unit, and we're actually going to be using them for the next 3 missions, because they're very powerful, and they're going to allow us to cheese basically most of this campaign, actually. Most of the speedrunnable levels. You can see the Mirage tank is sort of wandering around. It might just be sort of luck where the Mirage tank goes, but normally it isn't a problem. And as you can see, 2 engineers in each of these Southern Transports.
Don't let those defenses
Two engineers each, and that's basically just to make sure that you don't lose an engineer. It doesn't lose you any time to go 2 engineers, because you can get 6 out before your mecha bays are done, and you just send them straight in. Obviously, the vision from the burst drone gives us vision on the refinery, which obviously allows us to make our Southern Transports invisible by clicking on the harvester, and you just send them straight to the objectives. And yeah, it's really nice. Really nice speedrun. The Nectara has actually done this in 3 minutes 29. Though the fastest I could ever do it is 3:30. And I think basically because you're locked behind a dialogue, once you start putting the engineers into the thing, you're locked behind dialogue anyway, so you can't really speed this mission up. I think that the way you save time is basically by doing the first bit with the turrets faster. So you shoot the you sort of have to get good RNG of where the turrets are looking, and then you shoot the artillery on the island as quickly as possible, and that's basically how you save a few more seconds there, I think. But yeah, 3:33, really solid one. You can't really go wrong with that mission, but that's all about to change. Oh my god. Mission 7 and 8 in this campaign are they're the worst levels in the game. Like, this campaign is basically just time wasting, easy stuff, a little bit of RNG, and it's just... And then you get Mission 7 and 8, and they're the worst missions in the game. I hate these missions so much. I've basically got a sub-hour speedrun 3 or 4 times already, and then I go into Mission 7 and 8 after playing perfectly. I play perfectly the whole time, don't make a single mistake or any significant mistake, and then I get RNG'd by these stupid missions that are literally just... You will lose these missions most of the time. Like maybe at least above 50% of the time, these missions will be bad for you. And the reason, and you can see the RNG factor here, is how these units goes. Basically, we got the good luck here. We managed to clear the infantry before new infantry came in and stopped us from taking control of this base. And if infantry, you can literally get locked behind infantry, and they can stop you from taking that base from 20, 30, maybe 40 seconds. And basically, if the more time you are locked from not getting that base up, basically the more time you basically can't really win the mission after about maybe 15, 20 seconds. It's basically over because the enemy has too much time to build up their units. Luckily, we were able to clear the infantry that are already there. Sometimes the infantry aren't there and you can just get the base immediately. We were able to clear the infantry before more came in, and yeah, God, 15 minutes of the game, and then you can just sort of lose it because of luck, and it's completely luck when the infantry come in and block your base. But as you can see, yeah, some transport we're moving in.
Incoming Soviet force.
We're using the tank that's right at the spawn to sort of go invisible.
Until you see the exit.
And then you go straight for the buildings. You want to take out the airfield that we just destroyed. You want to take out the airfield last because your Eureka can get shot once the airfield is gone. You want to take out that one last. Obviously, make sure your sun transport goes invisible constantly. This mission took a long time to learn because I make it look pretty easy here, but it is very difficult. 10 chopper VX should take out these 2 naval yards. The anti-air here again is random, so this can also kill a run. What the enemy sort of builds at this point is also kind of random, and that can also kill a run. If you get an aircraft carrier to shoot your Eureka, normally you get an aircraft carrier to shoot your Eureka here, and he'll spawn from the naval yard that we just killed, and he can shoot Eureka. He can also sort of wait. He can have his drones, whatever you want to call them, wait right outside your southern transports for it to become visible again. I think it's a bug. But yeah, that can just kill your southern transport instantly, which is very annoying. Our chopper VXs didn't kill the naval yard there. The second naval yard there, so we have to get Eureka to do it. That normally happens because I can't find a position, the correct position to get the AI, get the chopper VX to survive the anti-air. But yeah, honestly, this mission went pretty well overall. It was pretty good. And it is very difficult again if you lose the southern transport Eureka. Obviously, if you use Eureka, it's just over. But it's a very nice strategy. It's just so inconsistent, and I don't think I didn't even get to talk about. You need to make sure you take all of the 4 bases in your main base. You need to make sure that you take all of them before you destroy all of the enemy structures. Because otherwise the cutscene won't play and you won't be able to destroy the radar towers. You need to get the objective of taking the base first, which is a lot easier said than done because sometimes the AI can just mess up. Sometimes you can just get 1,000 units coming to your base and you just won't ever be able to take the base. Sometimes your allies' Eureka will die and they won't be able to take out their bases, and it's again, that's all RNG. It's all luck. It's all very annoying. I don't like that mission. But again, Mission 8, it's even worse. it's even worse, man. This one, I feel like you have to be even luckier to get this one right. I'd say overall there isn't as much luck, but the first bit of this sort of mission is very, you have to kind of be pretty lucky here. And again, a nice sudden transport strategy to basically just cheese the fuck out of this mission. We're going to be doing it very quickly here. We actually get a PB in this mission, which is quite nice. Definitely not the fastest ever been done. Again, I should mention both these strategies in this mission and the last Nectara strategy is very fast, very nice, very inconsistent, but even very nice. So 3 engineers, we sell the MCV to get an engineer quicker. We got a second mecha bay up. We upgrade the mecha bays to tier 2, and then we just basically have to hope. Bear RNG here. There are about 1,000 bears that come down from these ramps, and if they decide to spawn from the barracks when we're moving up the sun transports, we lose the game. If a bear decides to stand on the ramp, which it often does, we lose the game because we can't go past it. We get destroyed by a bear at least 50% of the time. It's normally more. We did get a bear coming down the ramp, but we were able to take it out with our ally pretty quickly there. And we did manage to get up the ramp before our new bear spawned, and we captured the building. Something that's really weird and really nice is that if you capture these buildings here, or if you just capture these main structures here, you capture all of the enemy buildings. So if you can just sneak an engineer past, you capture all the enemy buildings, and then the battlefield expands. And then you do that twice, and you basically just sort of annihilate this whole section very quickly. And as you can see here, we're setting off all of our buildings, all the buildings that we got from the enemy Soviets, because we want to play a dialogue that will it will play at the end of the mission, which will waste time. But if you set off all your buildings, it will play earlier, and obviously that saves a few seconds. Again, I probably made this look easy. It is not easy. It takes a long time to learn the strategy and to get it all right and to get your chopper VXs out fast enough and to not get shot by the Tesla coils when you're moving past them on the Sun Trans. It's all very difficult. I didn't mention the burst drone. That again, we used the burst drone to reveal a harvester, which allowed us to get us on transports invisible to move them up the ramp. And yeah, I'm looking for that final building. And there it is. Yeah. So we get the dialogue there. And as you can see, we moved our third and final engineer up to capture a what's it called, an airfield, and we use our crusher cranes that we got from the Soviets to build barracks, and then we use our mines from the flak troopers to destroy this final structure here. And that is, yeah, it basically it's a little faster than obviously using our chopper VXs. We use our chopper VXs to go and take out the final Soviet buildings that we need to destroy. And yeah, again, it's a very nice strategy and it makes this mission super fast. So I'm really thankful for. I'm not sure if it was GBH Michael and Naktara which sort of came up with the strategy, but yeah, Naktara has definitely perfected it. Yes, it's very fast. It's really nice. It's just playing mission 7 and 8 back to back after you've played 15 minutes of basically just easily reproducible time-wasting missions. It is quite painful to do, but I guess that is speedrunning. You know, it is kind of speedrunning. You just gotta wait for the luck sometimes, and that's sort of why I don't like these this campaign too much. Is overall it is easier. Like it is an easier campaign. 7 and 8 are honestly the only sort of missions that I would say are difficult. Even like RNG aside, they are still difficult missions because these strategies are very hard to sort of perfect, especially when you're playing with sort of random variants of luck. So you sort of have to compromise. And, yeah, but yeah, again, we got two sort of 430s on mission 7 and 8, which is really solid. PB on mission 7 is a 412. Mission 8 that was a PB, a 433. Again, Naktara's done it in a 420, so it's definitely not the fastest you can do it. But it was a very solid mission 7 and 8. I'm happy overall. And mission 9, not as definitely not as difficult, not as RNG reliant. Pretty much no RNG here. But we are going to cheese to knock out this mission again, which is again, I love this strategy. When I saw it, when Naktara showed me this strategy, it's so stupid that you can just beat the mission this way, but you can because I guess they just didn't think of doing this. So you wanna move your Eco straight away into the water, and you want to use your final units to basically just take out these structures that you have to initially destroy. And you want to make sure that Eco is moving. A bit of bad pathing there. Unfortunately, Eco just sort of bugged out and moved a bit weird there, but it's fine. Only uses a couple of seconds. And something I've never seen here before. A random assault destroyer and a dolphin come after Eco, and then the assault destroyer kills the dolphin. And I have no idea what that was about because I've never even seen those two units chase Eco before, but that was weird. Anyway, and you basically something you want to watch out for is you want to make sure your ally moves up to destroy these turrets very quickly. If the ally ends up destroying that naval base before you move your allies' units, they won't move. They will refuse to move. And you basically want to take out these turrets, and then you just click Eco on this building, and that's the mission. that's the mission. That's the mission done. If you destroy that structure, the guy just blows everything up, and then you move on to the final little bit of the mission, which is basically, you know, you just right click on the structure, and that's the mission. Apparently they just didn't think about the fact that you could just destroy those turrets and then move Eco in, or just move any unit could have worked. Like you just sort of fly a unit in, because you don't have to destroy any other building for some reason. It is just that building that you have to destroy. So that's the mission. That's the mission that is I don't know why that is like that, but there you go. That's the mission. And then all you have to do here is press Q to select all units, and right click. There's a bit of luck here
I am giving you
on whether you get a certain dialogues or not. I'm not too sure if you can control it. Maybe it's just to do with how much damage you do to this building, how quickly you do it. As you can see here, sometimes you don't get this dialogue here, and sometimes you don't. Yeah, you don't get this dialogue. Sometimes you will just get the regular dialogue with the King Oni dialogue that they normally do. Sometimes you get that dialogue. You always have to get the Zelensky one. That is the final one. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, maybe if you wanted to, if you were practicing this, you could sort of, yeah, you could sort of experiment with it, see if what makes that dialogue appear, whether it is just completely random. But yeah, that's it. That's the speedrun. So basically, it's 7 missions that are these are pretty easy to just completely unskippable. It is 2 hardest missions in the game, just out of any mission, that are completely luck filled, and that's this speedrun. Yeah, not my favourite. Not my favourite of 3, definitely. That is definitely the Soviet campaign. It is a very weird one, and I'm not sure why Nectara has spent years playing this one, sort of on and off. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not amazing. I enjoy, you know, I enjoyed getting the world record though, because it was a very solid time. Again, about only you can only go about a minute faster compared to my PB, so you can only go about a minute faster. So it is a pretty good run, not unbeatable, and I definitely think Nectara or someone else that could definitely beat it, because I'm definitely not the best player, and it's obviously there's a lot of RNG involved, which you could obviously get better. You could get better RNG in your runs. So if you're interested in speedrunning this, go right ahead. I would definitely recommend starting with the Soviet speedrun. But if you like this run, if you like the idea of losing a run to a bear 50 minutes in, then just go for it. Just go straight for it, if that's your thing. But yeah, anyway, I know the commentary was not great, but again, thanks for watching. I thought I'd just sort of try and break it down a little bit for you if you're interested in commentary, or you're interested in running or whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. Again, remember to like and subscribe. I should probably say that, because that's the thing that a lot of YouTubers do, and I imagine it's a good idea if everyone does it. So go ahead and do that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Well, I did it. After 2 months of practicing, improving and mastering this game, I finally achieved a world record in all 3 campaigns in Red Alert 3. It's been a tough 130 hours, but now I can finally relax. Maybe play a new game, casually. Maybe I could even get a life. Maybe I could... Wait. What the fuck is that? I guess I'll be talking to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.